Welcome back, everyone. I am excited to share with you some new biblical studies resources in this video. We have some new commentaries, we have a new ministry book, we have a new Christian living / spiritual warfare type of book, and look at this oversized, hardback, bright blue Atlas of Bible History. So we'll get into all of these books in just a moment. Before we do, I invite you to subscribe, to like, and to comment if you wish. First up is the Second Kings volume in the Evangelical Exegetical Commentary series by John Oswalt. This is now, this two-book section of the series is now complete. John Oswalt has written the First Kings volume and the Second Kings volume. It's a little bit early for academic reviews. Those are usually trailing academic publications by maybe 6 to 12 months. My anticipation is that both of these are going to be very well reviewed. John Oswalt, if the name sounds familiar, he's written some very well reviewed commentaries on the book of Isaiah in a few different series. And he is known for his rich theological reflection, for in-depth exegesis, for clear writing style. Pastors enjoy him, academics enjoy him. I would call this a mid-level commentary series. There is some discussion on original language, but you do not need to know Hebrew in this case in order to benefit from this series. So the Evangelical Exegetical Commentary series is really taking shape now, and it's just becoming a very well-known and reputable commentary series. Another series that's really coming into its own is the Kerux Commentary series. This is Isaiah Volume 1, chapters 1 through 39. So presumably there will be Volume 2, Isaiah 40 through 66. The subtitle of the series is A Commentary for Preaching and Teaching. There are two authors for every volume in this series. One author is the exegetical author, and the other author is the homiletical author. So the exegetical author for this book is Robert Chisholm. He's the chair and senior professor of Old Testament studies at Dallas Theological Seminary. And the homiletical professor is Michael Hantz. He got his degree, he got a master's degree in biblical exegesis from Grace Theological Seminary, and he is a pastor in Warsaw, Indiana. So every section starts with some kind of a preaching or teaching overview, and then you have the exegetical section, and then the homiletical section. So here I just turned to Isaiah 11. We have the exegetical idea, theological focus, preaching idea, and preaching pointers. And then we have the two-column format for the exegetical explanation of the passage. I would call it mid-level. Again, the design of the series is commentaries. There's some theology. And then we have this preaching and teaching strategies that are specific to this section. And this is what will help preachers out. Here's this bold heading right here. It says preaching idea. And then here is creativity in presentation. There's also discussion questions. So a lot of help to understand the text and also to preach and teach the text. Next up, we have this ministry book called The Strategically Small Church. This title really stuck out to me when I saw it. Subtitle, Intimate, Nimble, Authentic, and Effective by Brandon J. O'Brien. This is, looks like this is the expanded edition, so maybe this isn't the first edition, but this is the first I know of it. Brandon J. O'Brien got a PhD from Trinity Evangelical Divinity School, and he's in a leadership for a ministry called Redeemer City to City. So why this stuck out to me, I remember when I was in seminary 25 years ago, there was a book that I read called Shepherding the Small Church, I think is what it was called. And I still remember a statistic from that book that 75% of churches in the United States were under 100 people. Now, like I said, it's been 25 years, so I don't know if that statistic is still true, but it perhaps it's not far from it. It's probably not far from it. And so the vast majority of pastors are shepherding small congregations. So what valuable resources to distinguish between, someone who's pastoring a church of 1,000 is going to be different than someone pastoring a church of 50, for example. So I love those resources that are geared toward the smaller church, the strategically small church in this case. So it looks excellent. So for your consideration, the strategically small church. Next up, we have kind of what I would call a Christian living, spiritual warfare type of book. It's called 10 Lies Satan Loves to Tell by Andrew Jones. This is from Concordia Publishing, conservative conservative Christian publisher. Andrew Jones has served the church on 3 continents in various roles, including campus ministry, international missions work, professor of preaching, and parish pastor. So this publisher is Conservative Lutheran publisher. Puts out wonderful resources like the Concordia Commentary series, if you know that big bright blue hardback commentary series. So I'll just give you a couple of examples of the lies Satan loves to tell. One is, lie number 3 is, you need and deserve more. Lie 4 is, life will be better if you seize more control. Lie number 8 is, you can and must save yourself. Lie number 9 is, you are not alone. There's also questions for reflection, so it make this ideal for a small group or a Sunday school class, in addition to an individual just reading it on their own. So it's 10 lies Satan loves to tell. All right, now we get to the oversized Bible Atlas. So this is the IVP. Let's see if I got it on the screen here. Almost. Push these things back. Okay. Still trying to get it in the frame here. Okay. Well, the IVP Atlas of Bible History by Paul Lawrence and several editors, including John Walton is the name that you might be most familiar with because of his commentary and theology books. So this is the second edition now. Let me show you an example. So this is specifically a Bible history. So I'll just randomly turn to a page here. So this first page is Jerusalem Delivered. So as you can tell, there's generally a 2-column format in the text portions of the page, and lots of colorful maps and archaeological pictures. One great thing about having an oversized atlas like this is the maps. It's easier to read the maps, and you can have a lot more detail on the maps. So full color maps. It's really beautiful. Some atlases have just like a 4 or 5 color scheme to them, which can be fine, but it is pretty amazing when you see an atlas like this. This is Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar, where there's so much color and so much detail to the illustrations. So, looks like an excellent resource. So for your consideration, the IVP Atlas of Bible History. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.